Herc, can you believe it? More bad news on the injury front for the Mexican national team, this time concerning Raul Jimenez, who is out with what we're being told by Wolves is a groin injury that kept him out of action in their last match. How big a worry for you is this from the Mexican national team perspective?
I'm extremely worried for not only the Mexican national team, but for Raul Jimenez. He's not exactly been the most productive striker at the Premier League level since his unfortunate incident with David Luiz. That clash of heads, if you will, that cost him over the better part of a year. And we thought may cost him his career. He ended up coming back in dramatic fashion, but he's not been the same. So you're not scoring goals for Wolves. You're not scoring goals for the Mexican national team. You're very good from the spot, but that's about it. So now Wolves goes out and do what they need to do because your team isn't winning, your team isn't scoring goals. Only 3 goals on the season for Wolves.
Yeah, and so we look at what's happening at Wolves right now. They bring in Salazar. He tears his ACL, got a knee injury, so he's going to be out. Maybe that bit of competition for Raul Jimenez is gone. But now we hear that Wolves are close to signing Diego Costa. So either way you look at it, it seems like Wolves are not very happy with what they're getting out of Raul Jimenez. And I think, Herc, we could really see a build-up to the World Cup here where he's not starting, not really getting a lot of minutes, if any, for Wolves.
I think that's a stark reality. I mean, people have to come to terms that Raul Jimenez isn't the same player he was before that unfortunate incident. He's going back to the player he was before that incident, a player that was very inconsistent, a player that wasn't scoring goals. The Raul Jimenez we saw, the 18-month span where he was a world beater, he was scoring goals, he was one of the best players in his position in the Premier League. That Raul Jimenez is long gone right now, at least in the eyes of many Mexican national team supporters. And you have to worry. You have to worry about if you're a Wolves fan, you have to worry if you're a Mexican national fan, and you definitely have to worry if you're Raul Jimenez.
All right, let's say that Diego Costa comes into Wolves and does what most people expect, which is stay in the starting lineup and keep Raul Jimenez then on the bench. Do you see a reality, a likelihood that we get to Qatar, and even if Raul Jimenez isn't playing, Tata Martino is still sticking with him as that starting 9? Or does he at least need to be getting some minutes with Wolves?
He needs to be getting some minutes with Wolves because right now he's not scoring goals and he is playing. And Tata has always had it in his mind that it's Raul Jimenez y 10 más and 10 other players. He's honestly gone out and far as to state that Raul Jimenez is his guy. But when you have Santi Jimenez at Feyenoord, who's getting on the score sheet, when you have Henry Martin, who's one of the hottest players in Liga MX, when you have all these other players that all of a sudden trying to make a name for themselves, like Orbelín Pineda in Europe, scoring goals, and I know that's not his position, but you think I could probably get help or production elsewhere, it doesn't bode well for Raul Jimenez. So I don't see a scenario where Raul is not playing, and he's the legitimate, no questions asked starter for Mexico and Qatar.
I notice you didn't mention Chicharito, who, yes, missed the big Panenka over the weekend, but also had a brace to add to his MLS tally, now up to 14, as he maybe tries to knock his way back into the Mexican national team before the upcoming World Cup in Qatar. Of course, all this happens, Herc, on the same weekend where Chucky Lozano suffers a frightening injury as well to his face and to his neck area, which we know is an area he's had injuries in before. If you look at this Mexican attack overall, there has to be some serious concerns of where any goals might come from at the World Cup, right?
Well, yes and no. Yes, because it's, in theory, your great attack that's going down in flames, right? It's Raul Jimenez. He's your great Premier League striker. It's Chucky Lozano. You know, he's the wonder boy that went to the Eredivisie and was the highest transfer fee for Napoli in their time. And it's Tecatito Corona, who's easily one of Mexico's best players. But no, because this trident, this trio, if you will, in World Cup qualifying scored a total of 0 goals when on the field together. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that they blow up this tactic, this formation, if you will, this trident, and see what's out there, because it clearly didn't work at the CONCACAF level. What makes you think, or what makes us believe it can work at the world level in Qatar?
Time for Tata Martino to try new things. That's what Herculez Gomez is saying. Let's see if he starts up top with a change at the number 9. Right now, it's Raul Jimenez.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.